Books I would read again for the first time. Hi guys, my name is Raquel. Welcome and welcome back. So I'm going to start out with Shooting Blindly in the Dark by Nicole Jackson. Shooting Blindly in the Dark is about a girl. Her name is, well, it's not just about her, but Black Rain. Black Rain is about 15, 16 years old, and she lives with her mother, her brother, and her sister. Her mother works at McDonald's, and she only pays for food and shelter. Everything else that these kids need, they have to provide for themselves. So Black Rain is going to get it how she lives. She's got a few tricks up her sleeve, so she works it out. Then there's this guy, his name is Kadoa. He hangs with a group. He's a D boy. He's on the block all the time. And he basically just makes money to spend it so that he can look real fly, him and his girlfriend. And so Black Rain comes around and she kind of ups his game. She shows him how you're really supposed to hustle. So now they're making money. They're spending a lot of time together. But Kadoa has a girlfriend, and his girlfriend Farah's wanting to know, like, why are you always hanging out with this girl? And it's not like they don't know each other because they all live in the same neighborhood. They spent time together. They're like, you know, spend time joning on each other and doing things like that. And so Kaidoa tells her that it's business. The thing is he trying to convince Farah, Black Rain, or himself? You would have to see. This is one of my favorite books. I have read it so many times. There is so much stuff and it is messy, super messy. So there are other characters. There's Black Rain's got a friend named Dookie Baby, and Kadoa, he's got like a group of friends and they go out to clubs, they are at block parties and just doing all this stuff. This book is so good. So if you like drama and you like mess, this is it. And like I said, I've read it so many times. I wish I could read it for the first time again, but I like it so much that I'm sure I have not had my last time with this book. The second book I would read for the first time, if I could, is called Come Up and the Takedown by Nia Forrester. This is a series. It's called the Afterwards series. And these two books, The Come Up and the Takedown, is the first set in the series. It is about Michaela, Evan, and Jamal. So, Evan is a singer. Well, Devin sings, but he does not want to be a singer in the music industry. Michaela is his best friend, and she is beautiful, talented, and smart. She's good at what she does. I believe she is just starting to get into the music business. And Jamal, who is a record exec, who really wants Devin, but he goes through Michaela to get him. And we follow that story on how and if he gets Devin and how that works out. But he also wants Michaela. And so it is a really good story, first part in the series. Devin has some ups and downs. Michaela's always there for him. And Jamal does not have the patience for Devin, so he sends Michaela in to the rescue, and then it backfires on him. So it's a really good story. I love it. I wish I could read it again. So the next book I wish I could read for the first time. It is called Take My Hand by Dolen Valdez Perkins. It is based on a true story. It takes place in Alabama back in the 1970s. It is about these two very young preteen girls who have never had any kind of encounter, with the boy or with never kissed a boy, none of that, whatever. So they receive welfare, and in order for them to receive this welfare, they have to have this nurse come out and check on them. So there's a nurse, Civil, who is just out of nursing school, and she is given the job to go and check on these girls. And so she goes to check on them, and she's really taken aback by their living conditions. She wants to help and thinks she's doing the right thing by following the guidelines of this clinic that she works for. And after she does what they ask her to do, she realizes that there's something very sinister happening here and it's wrong. And she tries to right her wrongs and help this family as much as she can. And then another huge blow hits these girls, and it is irreversible. It is such a sad story. Like I said, it is based on a true story. These are things that actually happened in some parts of the US. And I love the story. It's heart wrenching. It doesn't even have a good ending, but it really is a good story. I hate that it's true. I do wish I could read it again for the first time. So, book number 4, I wish I could read again for the first time. This book is called Juice, and it is by Nako, Nako. I always spell that because it's not Nicole, and I had to figure out how to pronounce it. Anyways, so this one is called Juice. It is in the Love Drought series. So, the series, which is Mahogany, Juice, and Carmen, are all standalones. They're in a series, so they're connected, but they each have their own story. Now, I love all of the stories, Carmen and Mahogany. Juice, I really liked a lot. I don't know, it just, there was something about showing his rise that I really connected with. So, Juice comes into the story as a very young intern who doesn't have any idea about the music, well, yeah, about the music industry. He is coming in just on grit alone and the fact that he needs this and he wants it. Porter Beve is the owner of the company and he is mentoring Juice. However, Porter doesn't have time or the patience to teach him the ropes. So Juice has just got to catch on as quickly as he can, which he does, and I love that for him. He goes step by step to the point where he is an intern and goes all the way to the top and then starts his own company. I love that. But Juice has a passion for music and he puts a lot of his time and energy into it. And of course, the only way he could get to the top in this way is by putting all of this energy into it. The thing is, he has a girlfriend, Tia. Now, Tia is in love with Juice. She loves him. She's a small time girl in the big city and she only really knows Juice and the love that they shared and all the warm fuzzy feelings she had before he got this job. So now that he has this job, he doesn't have as much time for her and he thinks that loving her is giving her things. Well, T is getting a little tired of it. And at this point, we just have to find out if Juice is able to find that balance between work and home. But it is a wonderful story. I love it. It is mostly, like I said, about Juice's rise through the music industry and Tia, the love that she has for him and how she shows it, I suppose. But this is another great read by Nicole. Love all her books. And yes, I wish I could read this entire series again for the first time. So, book number 5 and the last book in this particular video that I would like to read again for the first time. There are so many books that I'd like to read over again for the first time. However, we're just talking about these particular 5. And the last one is My Muted Love by Love Belvin. Now, My Muted Love is also a part of a series. It is a part of the Muted Hopelessness series. There are 3 books, and they are about Tori McNabb and Ashton Spencer. So these two people come from opposite worlds. So Tori is comes from a trailer park, and I don't I don't really know how to explain it. She's just very poor. Let me say that. And Ashton, he is, well, his father's family is wealthy. His mother's family is from the hood, so I guess they're okay. But these two characters meet up at BSU, which is a college campus. And what they have in common is athleticism. So Tori is a boxer and Ashton is a basketball player. So the very first time Ashton sees Tori, he's calling to her with dog sounds. Yeah. And it's very rude. Tori is new on campus. She has a scholarship. She is not dressed very well. Her hair is not done. She's very insecure because she knows these things. And she's just keeping to herself and doing what she came to do. She came on a boxing scholarship and she's going to get that scholarship. So she's hyper focused on getting that scholarship and taking care of all the things she needs to do for this. On the other hand, Ashton, he is the popular guy on campus. Like I said, he is the top basketball player. He's got a group of uppity, rich friends that he hang out with that truly, I don't think he really likes them, but he hangs out with them. He also has a girlfriend who isn't his girlfriend, but is his girlfriend. And so him and Tori at some point wind up meeting up and becoming friends. And believe it or not, they like each other as friends. The thing is, Ashton is hiding his friendship with Tori from his group of actual friends. So him and Tori start working out together and they push each other. So they are really good friends and they spend a lot of time together. He helps Tori out of this really funny, awkward situation, and that brings them closer. And so the story is really kind of about their friendship and where it goes. It is such a good read. And believe it or not, Ashton, even though he acts like a top notch butthole, he turns out to be a really nice guy. And I love this story. I love where it takes them. There is a part where they are separated from each other for a time and they come back together, and it's just an awesome story. I love Belvin. Like, I wish I could read her books over again. Another one of my favorite authors. So we have these 5 books, which is My Muted Love, Come Up in the Takedown, Shooting Blindly in the Dark. Geez, what are the other 2 books? Hold My Hand, and oh, there's another one. Sorry about that. There's another one. It's called A Sacred Place by Dniel Black. That book is so good. Now, it is sort of a retelling of the Emmett Till story. However, the people, places, and things are different, but the major event, which is the boy from a city in Chicago, comes down to visit his family in Mississippi back in the, I want to say maybe 40s, 50s, 60s, somewhere around in there during segregation. And he buys a drink, puts the money on the counter instead of into this white tea lady's hand, and it causes a huge ruckus. And she lies about the entire situation, and it goes from there. So like I said, for me, it reminds me of the Emmett Till story. Just people, places, and things are different, but that's pretty much what it's like. And it was a very good read, but I do like Dniel Black's books. He has some really awesome books, historical fictions. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Until next time, see you soon.